I woke up about 30 minutes ago and I haven't straightened my hair yet.
Hey, so I wanted to sit down and show you guys 2 new guitars that I happened to get. Got myself a bass and I got myself another guitar similar to my gray guitar and red guitar. And I've also got a little bit of news about the red guitar that's a little unfortunate. So, I went by the music store because I've been meaning to get myself a bass. And I didn't want to spend too much on a bass because I want to try to work my way into it and get accustomed to it. So I went out by the music store and I got myself this Squier short scale bass. I think this is a kid bass. I'm fairly sure it's a kid bass because after I took it down off the wall and I went and paid for it, one of the guys there said, "Hold on, is that part of a pack? Give me just a minute." He steps back and like 2 seconds later he pulls out a box and he's like, "Congratulations, you got a gig bag and an amp." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, you just got like a $300 starter pack for the bass." I was like, "Shit." And I was just like, just keep the amp. I'll take the gig bag and you can keep the amp and give it to the next person that comes by and buys a pick. And he was like, "You know what, fine, whatever." But this is a short scale bass. It's gonna be useful for me to try to get the feel for playing bass and getting like that nice foundational sound to my stuff, and also to help add some low end on my recordings. And I used to play in the bands that I've been in. I used to play in the local bands or bands with friends that I played in. I was rhythm guitar. I never played lead, and I've since moved into more lead style playing. But I still have that rhythm mentality, that foundational mentality, and this is really gonna help to help me develop that. As for how it sounds great. It's nice and clean. Some picker scuffs, but that's about it. I need to change the strings out on this because this has the strings when I got it. If I was smart, I'd have bought some fresh strings for it, but that's on the to-do list. I'll talk about it later today. I got this last week, or 1st of April. Today is the 8th of April, so yeah, I got it last week, and I haven't had a lot of time to sit and play with it, but that's on the to-do list, to go ahead and replace the strings on that, get it nice, bright, and poppy, and then sit and do some stuff with it. But I'm really happy with it. It's really nice. The other guitar is this thing. Oh my gosh. This is an Ibanez SZR520, I think, and it is in beautiful condition. Family member was thinning down his guitar collection, and he sent me a message and he said, "Hey, I'm cutting down my guitar collection. I won't charge you for this, I just want to keep it in the family." And so I said, "Sure, what do you have?" And he's like, "I've got an SZR 520. I said, "Cool, yeah, go ahead and send it up." And this thing has no scratches, no scrapes, nothing, no belt rash on the back. It was freshly set up before it was sent over to me, and the pickups were changed out. If I remember correctly, the SZR 520 had, it's a jazz in the neck or pearly gates or something, and a 59. I don't remember what was in there, but he had the pickups changed out to a jazz in the neck and a custom 5 in the bridge. And it sounds amazing and it plays great. It's got locking tuners on the back. I don't know if you can see that from there, but locking tuners. The chrome on here is gorgeous. There's nothing. It almost looks like this guitar was bought brand new and then sent over. That's the condition it's in. So now I've got guitars for every tuning that I really use. I don't play the Strat too much, but that's in standard. This guitar here is going to be my standard or drop. This is going to be my standard drop D or half step down guitar. So standard, half step down, drop D flat. So I can get, you know, Disturbed and some Linkin Park or Around the Fur era Deftones, anything like that. I've got the black and white guitar just off screen, the ROG 421 that I have in D standard. I've got the SZ 720, or the gray guitar, in right now it's in C sharp standard because I was learning some stuff in drop B, moved it up to C sharp standard for some stuff that I'm working on. And then I've got the 7-string, which is still in G sharp, but I'm going to pull it back up to standard to work on some things. And then I've got a set of 11 gauge strings that I'll be putting on it because there's some stuff from Diamond Eyes by Deftones that I want to sit and work on. And I know I said in that Love Hate Deftones video that I didn't want to do that to my guitar, that I didn't want to just, you know, turn it into something it's not, but I don't know, for the sake of experimentation, I'll go ahead and do it. And plus, when you throw 11s on there, and you're playing in like drop A on that guitar, oh my goodness, the tension, the way it plays is just amazing. Those high strings are a pain in the butt though. Those things scare me. But that brings me around to this guitar here that I need to sort of sit and talk about. This is the SCR 720 that I'd shown previously, that I mentioned I wanted to make into a project guitar. And I found out some disappointing things about this, and I sent a message to Ibanez support about this. But here's the issue with this guitar. So every time I would try to play this guitar, up until like about the 9th or 10th fret, like these frets here were all good, they were all played nicely. If I went beyond here, then I would get horrendous fret buzz, I couldn't play it. And so I thought, okay, maybe it needs a refretting or something like that. So I took it down to the music store and I said, hey, I'm having some buzzing issues on this guitar. Could you check the truss rod, string action, anything like that, see if there's anything you can do. Maybe it needs to have a fret leveling, maybe it needs to be refretted. So I took it there and he had a look at it. And he came back and he said that the neck at about this point here was warped. And that it would take, that essentially what I would need is a replacement neck on this thing, because these frets here will play and then nothing down here will play the way I need it to. I won't be able to play it the same way I can play these other guitars. And I initially thought about saying, well shit, that's a lost cause, I'm gonna have to, that's not work that I can do on it. I could change out the pickups, I can buy gold hardware, I bought a new bridge and I bought new caps for the volume. And even had plans for like pickups to put in here. I've got SH5 and another jazz pickup over there that I was going to put in here. But I can't do anything about the neck. So I thought, okay, I'm going to sell it. So I put a couple listings up on eBay that this guitar needed work, and if anybody wanted to have a go at it, they could, and I dropped the price, and nobody wanted to, so I'm sitting with it here, and I'm really hoping that I didn't just pay, $500 for this guitar and just got an expensive paperweight. And so I sent a message to the Ibanez support and I was like, hey, is there anybody at all, or anything I can do about this guitar? Is there any way I can get that neck fixed or anything like that. Because it is a beautiful guitar, aside from the scrapes on the back, and there are a lot of scrapes on the back from like belt rash. Aside from that, it is a beautiful guitar, and I really don't want to get rid of it. And I don't want to just call it, you know, trash. But unfortunately, it looks like I might have to. I've been looking for this guitar, the red one or the gray one, specifically the gray one, for so long, and finally having it, and I can't play it. It sucks. So I'll try to figure out something I can do with it, but unfortunately, for the foreseeable future, this guitar won't be making any appearances in my videos, or at least being played, nor will I be able to actually sit and play it, and I think that really sucks. But on the brighter side, I do at least have these other guitars that I can play, and I do play all of these guitars. I've been playing the gray guitar a lot. I've been working on that like hell. I've got something I'm going to be writing on the black and white guitar in D standard. This guitar here, I've been picking up and learning the ropes, and it is a beautiful sounding guitar. And I've got some things I want to do with this guitar, some cover work. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found these guitars pretty. And I know I find this guitar pretty. That is a beautiful blue. That is just gorgeous. Anyway, I will see you next time. Peace.